Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and I just want to give you guys a quick update for the week and also discuss a few things with you. I'm actually not feeling too well, but I did want to get a video out there. I've been having a lot of trouble with my health lately, FYI, so if you would care to pray for me, I would really appreciate that. So speaking of health, I want to talk about a few things with you, namely how a lot of people have medical prep wrong. And it's not like, oh, I am the high and mighty expert. Patriot knows, let's all bow down and worship. No, 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 no. I've just been doing this a while. And let me just share with you some of the observations. One of the first things that people will focus on, and also some of the questions that they ask about my classes, they'll ask, is this first aid? And the focus has been with prepper medicine, I think, a little bit asymmetrical and probably a little bit short-sighted to trauma medicine and to first aid, okay? Does trauma medicine, like the immediate care of gunshot wounds, stabilization of gunshot wounds, traumatic injuries, and first aid, does it have its place? Absolutely it does. Especially when you consider that wounds, when they are complicated, especially when they're not appropriately cleaned, and when those dressings are not changed regularly and they're not managed, it can set the person up for infection. First aid is important, but I do want to cover a few more things with you and maybe ask you a few questions. First off, do you think that the primary causes of death worldwide, do you think that that hinges around traumatic injuries, gunshot wounds, or first aid related stuff? The answer is no, it's not. And a metric that I can use to substantiate this position, if you look at the World Health Organization's, I know, Illuminati. If you look at the World Health Organization's U5 mortality, the U5 mortality is a measurement of what kills kids worldwide under the age of 5, okay? And there are a couple of main categories of disease that kill kids worldwide under the age of 5. Respiratory and digestive diseases are up there, okay, along with accidents like drowning and stuff, but it's tragic, of course. But the majority of children worldwide under the age of 5 are dying from communicable diseases, okay? Now, at first we would think, okay, well, that's just kids, Patriot Nurse, like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Here's the thing, guys. Your little petri dishes, your little children, the kids under the age of 5, they are a primary vector for disease. They spread disease, okay? A human being transmits disease back and forth, but especially those kids under the age of 5, for many different reasons. Their immune system is developing. They don't have the best in sanitation practices, etc. Washing hands. Mommy, here's a poopy or a boogie. Yeah, poopy comes out of the mouth. No, I don't think so. Mommy, here's a boogie. Or, they give you their diaper pellets as a present for your hard work, right? The kids spread disease, okay? And it's reasonable to assume that, number one, what kills kids is going to kill the greater human populace amplified, because most of us have kids either running around nearby or we have friends who do, right? So that's just something to consider, just a little bit of data to look at. Now, also historically, when you factor into the mix some of the issues that people do prep, wars, famines, floods, fires, earthquakes, the book of Exodus on steroids. A lot of the reasons that people prep are hinging around civil unrest, or they hinge around some sort of conflict. Conflict does, of course, elicit, violence and the injuries that result from violence. But conflict also results in the transmission and spread of disease historically, okay? And also, I did a previous video about this, but it also does tend to bring about and hasten the spread of disease, respiratory digestive disease specifically, as the grid goes down, as the infrastructure, the sanitation, the infrastructure becomes a casualty of the conflict in the area where it's happening, okay? So I want to ask you then, if you hold out of the equation of your preps, your medical preps, if you hold aside your first aid and your trauma, how are you prepared to take care of respiratory diseases? How are you prepared to take care of digestive diseases? And the first thing that people tend to go to in their head is the stuff that they've stored. Stuff is important, okay? And appropriately tiered medical supplies are definitely a part of this equation. But the first thing that people tend to go to is their stuff rather than their skills. And skills is something that you do need to pay attention to, okay? Because your stuff is pretty much useless unless you can assess and see if your implementation is effective, okay? So I would encourage you to definitely not only consider the respiratory and digestive side of the house, and not only the stuff that you can store, but also your skills in maintaining a healthy family and taking care of the folks that you love too. So I hope it was helpful for you guys today. Thanks for sticking with me. It's been one of those crazy health weeks, but I appreciate y'all very much, and I'm so thankful that y'all are my subscribers, and I'm thankful that you guys, stay with me. A lot of you have been with me for years. You've been through some very, very low points in my life. And I appreciate y'all very much. I appreciate your dedication and your loyalty. And if you haven't made out to a class, I'd love to see you. Check out the schedule for 2017. We got Medical Prep 101, 201, and 301 now. So I'd love to see you there. Hope it was helpful for y'all. And for now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.